I feel the three words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Ready or not, it's about to go up. Not down, it's about to go up. Now, I'm going to start this off like this. I'm telling you right now, you got two powerhouses, two motivational brands, two brothers that are very serious about their craft. And I love this guy's name. His name is Bryan Major. And he's doing things in a major way. But before I get to my guest, I know you like Goalgetta. What's a Goalgetta? I'm glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. One finger to the brain, one to the sky. So with the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. Now, before I get to him, I got to ask y'all about the mental exercises. Have y'all been doing them? Now, for the new viewers and listeners, they're probably like, what's the exercises? Glad you asked. So, as you know, we live in a very cold, dark world, and people are quick to tell you what you can't do. But you look at the word can't. You take T off, it says can. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to. You look at the word impossible, it says I'm possible. So this is a great mental exercise. When you first wake up, I need 3 positive thoughts. I'll share a few of mine with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be a great husband. Be a great father. This is when you first wake up. Now, from there, you should be going to the restroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If not, we got a problem. But while you're in the restroom, look at that person you see in the mirror. I need positive affirmations. Say, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. Now, let me get into my guy's bio, because I'm telling you right now, y'all are in for a treat. So, Bryan Majors, native Harrisburg, PA. He graduated from John Harris in 2006 with a 3.9 GPA. Was a starting point guard with Harrisburg Cougars for 2 years. Bryan was a superb student athlete. And check this out, y'all. He got an academic scholarship. And he graduated from that university. And I don't want to butcher the name, but he's going to come back to that name in 2010 with a 3.6 GPA and was the first African-American male to earn a degree in elementary education from that institution. In addition to academic success, Bryan had an outstanding basketball career, earning recognition as Rookie of the Year, 2-time Conference Defensive Player of the Year, career leader in assists, second leader in steals, 2-year captain, and a 4-year starter. Don't play with him, but hold on, don't stop there, right? So Bryan later took his mind and vision to Penn State University. Harrisburg earned a Master in Public Administration, and also, I want to fast forward to this, right? And when I seen this, I was like, Harlem Globetrotters. We got to start there, because I see now, I was like, okay, is that the Harlem Globetrotters, bro? That's next level. But we got so much to dive into, so before we get to it, Bryan Major, say what's up to the people!
What's up, everybody? It's a pleasure to be here with you guys, man. Pleasure to be on your platform, bro. I appreciate everything that you do, man. You're motivating, inspiring, educating the people, man. Your energy is contagious, man. I told you from the first day I saw you, first day I met you, man, it was contagious, man. So I appreciate you bringing me onto your platform and be able to counter messages, be able to continue to inspire the platform, mine as well, and I'm able to share it as well, man. So continue doing what you're doing, man. Success is the only option for you. I can see everything continually not go down, but they keep going up for you, bro. I appreciate you.
That's what it do. So y'all in for a treat. Y'all got the Goalgetta and the Hope Dilla in the building.
Yeah.
So check this out, right?
Yeah.
I told y'all earlier, in the post I said motivational brand. So with him, he got Major Prep LLC, Bryan Majors LLC, Major Prep Apparel, Major Prep Cycle Breakers, which is 501c3, and it's based on leadership, values, morals, and characteristics taught by his father. And I want to get to, because I know your last name Major. So you go into different lanes. Talk about Major Prep, the Major Prep lifestyle. What does that really mean?
Man, so Major Prep, first off, for kind of add a little more to the intro, man. For all who don't know who I am Bryan Majors, the owner of Major Preparation. My motto is made working with your major results. And my real hash is out. Even if you remember anything else today, even anything after this podcast, I want you to remember to stay focused, remain humble, and keep working. Let those 3 phrases stick in your mind no matter what. Stay focused, remain humble, and keep working.
Hey, that's the shirt. Hey, crazy, real quick. Hey, that's the shirt I just ordered. From him today.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I am the modern day hope dealer. I'm with the Goalgetta, man. This is a crazy connection, powerful connection. But the major preparation lifestyle came about, man. That was the emotional brand that I built on the worst and best day of my life. It was May
Mm,
9th, 2008. The worst day because I lost my father through heart surgery, but the best day because it made me a man. So my last name being Majors, my father prepared me and my brothers to be successful men. And he told us the importance of working the results. So anything you want in life, you got to put the work in order to get the results from. So throughout the night, my father had passed away. I'm up thinking about how I can continue to make his legacy live on forever. And I'm up, I'm crying, I'm in the mirror saying my positive affirmations to myself. Daddy, I love you, I appreciate you. God, I love you. I don't know what's coming up, I don't know what's coming next, but I'm prepared for everything. When I said I'm prepared for everything, it hit me. I'm prepared. My father prepared me for this moment. My last name is Majors, major preparation. I said to myself about 5, 6 times, major preparation. It started to ring a bell for me. And I'm
right.
looking at myself, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking around my room like major preparation, major preparation. Man, my dad taught me to put in the work, you get the results. I said major preparation. It was major work, it was major results. I said my dad prepared me for life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So it kept coming together. Major preparation. The motto is putting in major work for major results. That prepares to all parts of life. So no matter what you're doing, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you're prepared to accomplish all your goals. So major
Mm.
preparation, 2008, 2008, May 9, 2008. It's been going live ever since.
Woo! And real quick, I got to jump in because I got to press the rewind button to make sure they caught the jewel because basically every test leads to a testimony, right? So the
Yes,
test,
Lord.
I don't think you really can prepare if you lose your father, but dang, when you lost him, everything he put in you just came out. So actually,
Came
you
out.
were reborn. You were reborn at that moment. So a lot of times, people, when they look at adversity, a part when I break down Goalgetta, I say adversity is a part of the journey to success. So we embrace it. We never give up. Success is the only option. So off rip, last name is Majors. Majors. So his father was prepping him to be Majors, live a major way. So when he passed, everything that he still in him just came out. And that's what you see in the day. And one thing that Bryan mentioned, he said legacy. Woo-hoo. When you think in legacy, it's easier for you to stay motivated. So right now, with him losing his father, there's nothing you can say to Bryan that's going to make him take his foot off the gas pedal. And you got to arrive at that point. So something I want to highlight because I think it's kind of dope. So tell the people where you at right now. Where you at right now?
Yeah. I'm in my own gym right now, man. I'm in my own gym, literally. In my gym, you'll see some of my lights go on and off for the sensors right now. But I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm in my own training facility right now, where I was able to partner with a phenomenal gentleman from my area and a few other guys. We have a gym here, full blown fitness area, full blown basketball side, where we're able to do conferences and training sessions for fitness, for basketball as well, for life skills, the whole nine, man. Super blessed.
Oh man, that is a blessing. When I said earlier, I said this guy, he's all about changing lives, and he is who we say he is. And I love to converse with people who are who they say they are. So I really want to, because yes, you're successful and you're blessed. But I like to talk about adversity and obstacles because that's really going to show people what it takes. Because everybody say they want to be successful, but everybody want to do the work. And I tell people
Right.
the biggest thing I think that's very important for people to understand is that our timing and God's timing is different. So you got to be really locked in if you say you really want to win, because it might not happen in a year for you. It might not happen in 5 years. But all them blessings, they waiting for you. But you want to see if you really are who you say you are, who say you want to be. So share to some people on your role. And I want to go back even to this because I want to ask you this first. Because I know basketball definitely was me being a point guard too, prepared you definitely for the leader that you are. You were a captain as well. So what's some of the jewels you grabbed from basketball and just being in that leadership position?
Man, the number one rule is accountability.
Mm,
Accountability is the number one rule. So I have a phrase called AIR, where it's accountability, where you have to be accountable. People have to be able to rely on you. You have to be true to your word. Next is the I, which is integrity. You have to be a
mm,
man and the leader of integrity. That even though somebody might not catch you cheating in the flesh, life manifest, but God's watching. So it's always
mm,
important that you impressing God as much as you can, often as you can. Human eyes might not always catch on to what's happening, but if you have integrity, have honor to the man above. The last part is responsibility. That's accountability, integrity, responsibility. You got to just be a person of responsibility. You got to be responsible for your thoughts, your choices, and your actions by all means. So I learned that a lot from basketball, from being a leader my entire life, being a point guard my entire life, and that transition to allow me to be able to excel and soar at the college level, on and off the court. And I was able to soar and excel at the collegiate level, get my master's degree. And then at the professional level, being a professional basketball player, being a professional trainer, being a professional speaker, being a professional in business, in life. Like those three things, accountability, integrity, responsibility, are huge. Three keys that I learned from basketball transition the rest of my life and changed the dynamic of the rest of my life forever.
Okay, and I want to go to the Harlem Globetrotters. We got to talk about that, man, because you got so much stuff going on in your bio, and I just got to touch a little bit of everywhere. So you guys share that experience, man. How that even happened? Let's talk about that experience.
Man, so the first professional basketball trainer I ever started training was my mentor called Chris Handles Franklin. He's now, I think this is his 16th, 17th year as a Harlem Globetrotter. But back in 2012, when I started my company, he was the first trainer. He was the first professional basketball player I ever trained. So he always told me, man, B, whenever you're ready, come on over to the side. Like, let me know. But I already started my businesses. I already was knee deep into my purpose, what I thought was my purpose. And years later, so this was 2018 when I ended up finally joining the Harlem Globetrotters organization, the Washington General. So I was able to travel the entire world. I toured the whole East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, and China in a matter of just 2 years. But the crazy
Wow.
part about that, and one of the most magnificent parts about that is when you're on that tour, when you rolling with one of the world's most powerful organizations in the world,
Right.
you learn so much about life, but so little. And the most important things I learned was, again, accountability and time management.
Mm.
Everything was to a T. If they said you leaving at 9:03, that bus was leaving at 9:03. If the game had to start at 11:07, the game was starting at 11:07 and it was ending at 1:04. Like it was so sharp, and that really made you cherish time. It made you
Right.
cherish just seeing the world. It made you cherish every single day of life that you were able to wake up and be blessed to travel the world and play in the gyms and arenas that you could possibly only see on TV. I played in the Staples Center. I played in the Golden State Arena. I played at Miami Heat's gym. I played at Chicago Bulls, the same floor where these legendary men played at and changed lives. To be able to do it
Mm.
myself was a phenomenal experience, man. Phenomenal,
That's
phenomenal, phenomenal.
That's great. That's great. And time, something you mentioned was time. Winners definitely value time. And I break it down. It's 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes in a day, 86,400 seconds in a day. You get to the point you realize that certain people and certain things don't deserve your time when you really locked in on your goal because it takes away from achieving a goal. So I think that's definitely powerful to talk about that time piece. And I think that experience definitely, I bet you don't let nobody waste your time at this point.
Man, listen. I only focus on legacy. I call them LAs, legacy activities. If it's not building upon my legacy, I can't deal with it. I don't want it. I don't want to. I don't want to give my time to it. If it's not building my legacy, it's not a legacy activity. I don't want it. I
And I
don't
want
want
to
it,
know
man.
right
Time.
there, that right there, when did you arrive at that point right there? Was it after that experience or was it before? Like how old were you when you arrived at that experience, at that mindset? Hold on, I lost you. I lost the volume.
Crazy. Can you hear me now?
There we go. There we go.
Good. All right. Your technology always something. But man, that was
Right.
about a
But
year
it
and a half
ain't about
ago, man.
nothing. Yep.
It ain't
Go
about
ahead though.
nothing.
Right.
We'll keep turning it up. But listen, man, like it was about a year and a half ago. A year and a half
Okay.
ago, it was just I was home from tour. I had retired playing once my book dropped. My book dropped currently is or my book is already almost going on the back end of the front end of 4,321 books left to 10,000 units sold. But when my book dropped, it went crazy. So I had to make a choice. So once I was home and during COVID, I'm just like, man, like I feel like time. I just really start to have a really different urge about time and how I was spending my time, especially how I had so much time home from not being
Right.
able to travel to school again, then having to readjust how I moved. I said, man, if it's not about my legacy, if it's not built upon my legacy, if it's not an income, a revenue generating activity, it's not a legacy activity. If it's not an impact activity, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to dedicate my time to. I don't want to give my time to it. So all of those things, from legacy activities, go to income impact activities, revenue generating activities. But LA's, it's the legacy activities. That's what I dedicated my time to, man.
Woo. And I hope y'all, hey, make sure y'all write that down, because I'm writing it down. I got the same mindset, but I named it something else. But I like that. I like that ring. Legacy activities. That's powerful, bro. And I think with me, the pandemic, like I said, that was a time for me to really sit back and evaluate my brand and see where I could tighten up. And I was like, you know what? I actually invested in the Speakers Academies. I wanted to save time. One of my favorite quotes is, a smart person learns from their own mistakes, but a wise person learns from other people's mistakes. So yes, we got to be smart. We're going to learn from our own mistakes, but why go through all this stuff when Jeremy, ET, all them went through these mistakes? I can learn from them and get to the next level faster. So you know what? It was time for me to make that investment. And then also invested in Author Secrets, my guy Sean Blanchard. So I was like, you know what? Because I said I wanted to write a book. Yeah, he was down there. So you know what's kind of dope about that conference, bro, is that I actually was able to have both of my mentors in one setting. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's my first time actually meeting Sean in person. So it was dope. So that was definitely one for the record books. And I tell you, the power of just like you was talking earlier, just really legacy activity. When you locked in on that, you just want to stay connected to like-minded individuals. So I learned from Les Brown, I got hip to ET. Then from ET, I got hip to Jeremy Anderson. And I just think that once you really entrenched in what you're doing, the energy you put out, it always comes back to you. But the key thing is, like you talked about, legacy activity. I think that's powerful, bro. So I wanna talk to you about this. So the speaking thing, because you have a lot of different things going. So where were you at when you say, you know what, motivational speaker, I got the gift, I can really do this? What happened to make you say, you know what, I can do this speaking thing?
So that really stemmed from my college degree. When I was in high school, I always wanted to be elementary teacher. I always wanted to be a principal. I always wanted to be like super in the school realm.
Okay.
So at first I wanted to be a teacher, then I wanted to be a principal, then I wanted to be a superintendent. So that all really piles right on to being a leader on the court. So, when you're a point guard, you're already vocal. You already have the power of leadership. You already have the power of persuasion. And you already know how to not only lead by your word, but to lead by your actions.
Right.
So, man, my leadership, I've been a point guard since I was 7, 8 years old. So that really all just bubbled on as I was reading so much about life. I'm reading so many books. I'm getting a great education. I'm evolving as a young man, as a point guard, as a leader. And it just got to the point that I was in my junior year of college, and I had to do um, my internship where I had to go into the schools and do I think it was like 100 and something hours on my practicum hours to become a certified teacher in Pennsylvania. And just the powerful message that I would give, like I would go way off course of the lesson and just go off about motivation, inspiration to the students I was in front of. And man, their parents would tell me about how I helped their child like become better behaved, be more focused in the school, have more goals, and build more confidence with themselves. And I was only with them for X amount of hours. So I'm like, man, I'm
Right.
really on to something. And then my teammates always would come and confide in me. My teammates would always ask me for advice and guidance. And I came home my senior year, and I went to go speak to one of my boys and girls clubs in my area. And I went bananas on this speaking engagement. And from there, I'm just like, man, I'm like really, really good at this. And it came effortlessly though, because
Right.
that's always normal to me. I wouldn't
Right.
even say effortless because I've been preparing for it since I was 6 in a leadership role
Right.
my whole life. So now I think once I came home from my senior year, I did that first speaking engagement. I said, man, I'm really good at this. And
Oh,
from
for
there, it's
sure.
been nonstop, man. It's been
That's
nonstop.
messed up. That's kind of funny because I think that God has a plan for us before. God had a plan for you before your parents was even born. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
your whole life was actually leading. I look even looking at it with me, like I've been on stage my whole life. My mom's produces and direct plays. So I've been on stage my whole life, been in
Wow.
performing arts schools my whole life. So that's why it's not a shy bone in my body from there. And also
Right.
always been a leader
Right.
as far as martial arts to basketball and
Wow.
I was like, I thought about it. I won an international essay contest at elementary school. So it's kind of funny because when I coming up, I wanted to be actually an R&B singer and a slash rapper slash make it to the NBA. That was my goal,
Yeah.
NBA. So motivational speaking was nowhere in my, rap. But it's kind of funny. I told you earlier about that promotional marketing company. I was specifically trained in motivational speaking. So when I think about every
Wow.
time I speak, I think about 16 to 18-hour days because I had to outsell everybody to earn the right to be at a random morning meeting to build my business. So it was
Mm.
blood, sweat, and tears. That's why I'm so aggressive because that's the way it was real. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be going home in the field. They might have collected maybe $1,000 that day. But me, I'm going night merchant because when it come in the morning, I want to have the top day of observation. And I want to be the one that my team to see me running the meeting because I'm next up to get out the field. So if I go high roller, I might sell $1 more than them. But I'm making sure that I'm number one. That way I can run the morning meeting in the morning. So that's
Right.
the type of every time I think if I speak, I think about them long because it's blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? So, but everything we've been through in life, it leads up to that moment. So I think it's powerful when you saying that you was prepped for this since you were 7 years old. That's real because I think that I was prepped at an early age too. Everything I was doing led up to this moment. So, and it's
And it's
way you
great
talked about,
power and preparation, man. Ooh.
and I know, and I love the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I think when I looked at your website, when I looked at everything with you, everything about you says you're not playing. That's something I tell my young kings and young queens on mentoring program. Everything about you has to say you're not playing. You know what I'm saying? Once they see this, people are gonna treat you a different type of way. It's a certain level of respect automatically because of the way you carry yourself. They're like, oh yeah, I can't play with that guy or that girl. She the real deal. So
Right.
with you, looking at behind. I love when I'm looking behind. Behind you it says training for Triumph book, inspiring workshops, basketball training, youth mentoring, keynote speaker, athletic apparel, branding to the fullest. And you see, I got my background. So when did let's talk about this whole get up far as you being so extreme with your branding. When did you decide like to be this extreme?
That came from the rip, actually, man. Like from 2012, when I first started my company, I took my last $1,200 in my bank account.
Mm,
I got about 24 shirts. I gave them all away for free. Didn't
mm,
even know about at least charge $10. It was just, yo, here, I got them. And people really was wearing them.
mm.
So as I'm like still figuring out my full plan, I'm figuring out like this is what I want to do. I just want to make my dad
Right,
proud of me. I want to return an
right,
investment from my dad and my mom and my brothers who believe in me. Like I don't know how this is about to unfold yet, but I know I'm gonna go
right,
train some kids. I'm gonna go change some lives, and I'm gonna just have some clothes. I'm gonna start this clothing line, and people can be marketing for me. So
right,
I'm not just a person marketing. I want to sell some shirts or give a shirt some away for free. So people can ask, yo, what's that going on? What be made that going on now? So I just went and then I started seeing people giving me $20 for a shirt, giving me $15 for some shirts, giving me extra money for shirts. So I'm like, okay, I can start something here. And then I started
right.
my training company and I'm charging my clients X amount of dollars. Then they're like, hey, B, I saw such and such with a shirt on. Could I buy a shirt to training with you too? Cool. Then I started putting all my clients onto the shirt. They all would have to come train and wear shirts. So now I'm training. We taking pictures, we doing videos, but now you're in major prep apparel. So then it just kept going and going and going. I kept plugging away. Your first session, you gotta buy a shirt and a training session. I kept plugging away and plugging away. Then I would go speak here and I'm wearing my shirt. And I'll go speak there and I'm wearing a shirt. People will ask, yo, how do I get one of your shirts? I love your message and I'll tell them how to get it. Then I built the website. Then I just kept going and kept building and kept expanding and kept growing. But the crazy part about this logo here is this was the original logo for my brand,
Uh,
but this was the emotional logo. This was the
okay.
logo that represents my father. My father was a part of a fraternity called Groove I Groove, and his fraternity was the shield, just like this. And that shield always represented strength and blocking
Right.
away all negativity formed against you because it shall not ever prosper. So I ended up putting his groove by groove and replacing it with major preparation.
Mm,
This side over here has phi, and I put it in work. This
mm,
side had the year that the fraternity was built, And I put work equals results. Major preparation, major work equals major results. And the MP, that nothing gonna stop this. I'm taking this
Mm.
to death do me part. My father's my guardian angel, represents the wings.
Right.
So then it all came all the way together. And I sold about, man, probably over 1,000 shirts with this same exact logo on it in 2012.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I ended up starting to just build the brands and really expand them. I changed my logos a few times, but I mean, everything to a T is branded. If Nike has it, my brand has it. From Apple Watches
Oh, you got. Oh,
to,
hey. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Apple Watches, hats, my chain, my cup holders in my truck, my car seats, my license plate. When my door opens in my truck, the major prep logos look like the bat symbol on the floor.
Oh yeah, you got
Everything. It
that.
just became to guerrilla marketing.
I feel you. And you got a few things I don't, so you got to turn me up. You got to turn me up. But yeah, I feel you on that. Everything is go get it down to the tattoo. I ain't playing no
Down
games.
to the got them
So
tatted too. Yeah, right on my
right,
chest. Yeah, I
right,
love
right.
it. I saw
So
you had
yeah,
that, man. I love that. I said, bro. But you know that's when you for real about something, man. When you gonna put that
right.
thing ink on your body and it's permanent. I mean, ain't no way you can. Success is the only option when you make it
It's the
permanent.
only option, bro. It's the
It's
only
the
option,
only
bro. And
option.
I had to get that. I didn't create the Goalgetta mobile. You know what I'm saying? So now riding
I
around.
saw that.
It's
That's
those.
fire. That's
And what's kind of
fire.
dope today is that this guy, I was actually, I was like, I had my first podcast live event with an audience yesterday. So I ain't have all my setup in the basement. So you know what? For my compute week this week, I'm gonna do it outside. So I just chose a parking lot, business parking lot, whatever. So a guy walked up in the minute we doing my video. He was like, he has a asked me who does my clothing and stuff like that. Gave him a card. He was like, man, you're definitely great at speaking. Man, how long you been doing it? But it's funny. He was attracted to the band though. He's seen the mobile. He's looking at the band. It's like, man, so always marketing. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't know who I was. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go tell people. So you just never know.
Yep.
So it's so much power in branding. And I want to say this too, because I know you're getting messages. I'm getting them because you are so consistent with your branding. You never know who you're touching and inspiring. So share a story of someone that shit that inboxed you or DM'd you and just like let you know, like, you know what, man, you really making a difference in my life. How did that really initially make you feel?
Man, when I got that first one, it was like a. It was one of them like gave me chills. It gave me chills because again, when my father passed away, man, I just like he was a person who was real similar to who I am. I'm my father times five right now, times 10 at this point though. But like I always wanted to impact somebody's life. He was on the
Right,
court, off the court, somebody I knew. Even when I had friends who were younger than me, I always wanted to make sure they was good. You can come talk about anything. But when my business started and if things really got serious was when my first basketball client ended up going to a Division I school. That's when
mm,
it got real. Her mother, her father, her whole family was just full of thank yous, man. And it gave me chills. Like I'm still young. I was about 24 at the time, 23, 24 at the time. And it
mm,
gave me chills because at the moment I knew I was just helping my little sister get ready for college and really be able to be her best point guard and shooting guard that she could be in high school. And then when the time she got a Division I scholarship was the point
wow,
of no return, man. Like that was the
right,
first time it was about 3 or 4 years period where we were just working hard, late nights, early mornings, just going straight at the grind, life skills, mental stuff, on the court stuff. And she got a Division I scholarship. She scored 3,000 points in high school,
oh,
another 2,500 in college. Ended up
oh,
having a knee surgery, and she had been WNBA right now. But that
oh,
moment was the point of no return, man. Like you'll never know what you're giving off. I shouldn't say you never know. But the energy I gave off to her, the positivity, it rubbed off. It was contagious. Like your energy, bro. Like your energy is super contagious. Like if I didn't even know your name, I was never gonna forget. I'm excited. Yeah. I was never gonna get
that's
there. I was never gonna forget them 3 words. You know what I mean? So it's
right,
that energy and that aura that you give off to somebody, you don't never know how it's gonna impact them. But as long as you're
right,
giving it off from a great place, from a powerful, positive place, man, you can change that person's life without even knowing, man.
right. That's powerful. That's powerful. And I want to know. So when did you add the Hope Dealer? When did you add that to the brand? The Hope Dealer.
Man, the Hope Dealer tapped in about during COVID, man. Tapped in during COVID. It tapped in during
Okay,
COVID.
cool.
Somebody said during COVID, and I was just at my crib, and my homegirl was like, "Yo, you give me hope, b." She
Mm,
said, "You just give me hope." She got sons. She said, B, you give me hope, man. You give my sons hope. And I'm like, whoa. Like I've heard people say, yo, you helped change my life. You did this for me. You motivate me. But when she said, you give me and my
Oh,
sons hope,
mm,
I
that
said,
sticks.
I'm the modern day hope dealer. And I was like, I saw Nipsey Hussle. I'm heavy on Nipsey, so he was a neighborhood Nip. So I'm
Right.
like, man, I'm the modern day hope dealer, man. She told me I gave her and her family hope.
Uh,
I said I can never stop. Like more motivation, more stuff like that always adds more motivation to the fight. So I give your family, you and your sons hope. I'm the modern day hope dealer from here on out.
I
Not
love
dope
it. I
dealer, I'm the
love it.
hope
I
dealer.
love it. I love it. And we got somebody, Dan Baxter. What's going on, Dan? Appreciate you tapping in. I hear you love your energy. Keep it going. That's right. We keeping it going. You got the hope dealer in the building and the
Man.
Goalgetta. You know, that's
Oh,
crazy. That's crazy.
go
So,
get it.
right. It's kind of funny because I was actually at a job. People be asking, I was actually at a job. Like I said, I was a successful entrepreneur at 19, Brooklyn, New York. So when you go back in corporate America, once you're an entrepreneur, it's never like go work with somebody. It's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, God got his own plan with everything like that. So at the time, 2017, I was the first black supervisor at this company. That same
Wow.
year, I actually was, and at that time, I was like, you know what? Motivational speaking, that's the lane I wanted to go in. But so many of the older black gentlemen that should have been encouraged and said they never hired a black supervisor. They'll never hire a black supervisor at this company. So I hate for somebody to tell me what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show them at that time that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, you know, and then I think that sometimes love can blind you, you know. So it was a gentleman that actually got me the job there. You know, he turned me up to the job. And it was a situation where he should have been fired, but because he was my dude, I didn't fire him. So since I didn't fire him, what happened? They fired me. Fired me, right?
Yeah.
So wife, 4 kids. My wife got MS. It's built up of stress, multiple sclerosis. So of course she went into a relapse. And when she goes into a relapse, she loses her sight and feelings in her legs. So from then it was like a blackout session. I think 2017 was the foundation. I was all in going into 2018. Motivational brand, motivational speaking, everything just really went
Wow.
full throttle. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I love adversity. But today I say that's definitely a great time in my life, 2017, because if it weren't for 2017, everything that's happened now wouldn't be here. I was able to actually, I was at a speaking engagement, and out of 25 kids, 23 hands were raised as far as fathers in prison or just not in the household. So everybody kept asking me,
Wow.
you got a mentoring program. So 2018, I started Goalgetta Academy, and Goalgetta Academy is the reason why I was able to dive fully back in entrepreneurship and not have to worry about going to a job and take care of my family and still focus more on motivational speaking, you know. So then from there, you know, I got the motivational speaking albums, the clothing, and then became an author, you know what I'm saying? But everything stemmed from, all I wanted to do really is motivational speaking. But they say, if you want to make God laugh, tell me your plans. So he said, you know,
Right.
we want to take you in this lane, and everything just really expanded. So I think it's
Bro,
powerful
you
what
a
you're doing.
blessing, bro. You a blessing, bro. You a
Yeah, I got it.
blessing, bro.
And I want to ask you this right now, because it's on my heart, you know what I'm saying? Because what I do, I actually got, actually close to 1,000 kids that went through the program, but currently we got 30 young kings and young queens. And I do something called Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. Like the pandemic, we shut it down because of last year, but we're going to bring it back. We in February. We already got a date in February, but I love to bring you down as one of the speakers. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what we got to do, but I think you'll definitely be a blessing because you got so many layers to your story. It'll be powerful. So the way it worked, I have different presenters. So I have the military come, I have a college recruiter come, then I have the last one we had a celebrity hairstylist, hair salon owner. We had a restaurant owner. We had an engineer. We had a
Wow.
clothing designer, and we had a real estate investor. We put them in their own room, and we rotate the kids. And then we have a 4-course catered meal for them. I was the keynote speaker, the first one. And then
Yeah.
we provide them. But we had like 90 kids the first one, you know what I'm saying? But it was powerful, impactful. And it's a team. It's a teen career day, but anybody that's part of my Goalgetta Academy, I let them attend too. So I got kids that was young as 8 years old that attended that. And imagine them thinking about a career that young. You know, that's why I named my book Goals Give Direction, because I can get them excited about a goal. No matter how toxic their situation at home, the goal will give them direction. They can take themselves out of the toxic situation, create their own reality. So look at your schedule. We'll talk more about it, man. But I definitely love to bring you down, man. I think you would be a
Man,
big
you
blessing.
pinching me in, bro. I'm in, man.
That's what it
You
do.
make it work, bro.
That's what
That's
it do. Yeah.
powerful, bro.
Oh yeah, man. It's always a blessing to be able to see the growth as they go through the different. There's people just being honest, people that look like them. That's what's so important. People that look like them and that's winning at life, and for them to see that, because I know that how it's going on with so many shootings, killings, and my biggest thing
Yeah.
with me, I wanted to show. About a year and a half ago, I made a bet with my mentor program, and it wasn't about the money; it was about the goal. I said, when I become a millionaire, I'm going to give each of you $10,000. The point it is, I want to show them that you can think outside the box. You don't got to be a drug dealer, athlete, or entertainer. You can be a motivational brand and become very successful. And they've been showing. It's funny because they be asking me now, can I get that 10? They think I'm there, and I'm like, no, I'm still in the mud. I'm still in the mud. But I've grown so much since then because they watching the whole journey. I want them to see, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny. But yeah, man, I want to ask you this question. 5 years from now, where do you see Bryan Majors?
One more time, you was breaking up, bro.
Oh, 5 years from now, where do you see Bryan Majors?
Man, I see myself at that 5 years. I'll see myself as 100% speaker, man. Speaker. I'll have my training company have about 5 trainers under me so they can cover the training sessions for me. So I don't have to do as much hand-on basketball training. I'll have my sessions on the weekend, my private camps and clinics. So I'll be able to train a few times in my hometown and make sure my client is still good. But I have my college players already going through my training curriculum so they can train and make money and be entrepreneurs themselves. For
Mm,
my clothing line, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to have the students who go through my course, who go through my training programs on basketball training, they'll be able to come home and generate an income and be their own entrepreneurs. So I don't have to touch too much of anything else left with the brand for basketball. Same with my clothing. People who I training up as collegiate and high school entrepreneurs. Here goes the stake in this brand. You don't got to recreate the wheel. You can take a portion of this, make some adjustments, call it your own. You get the portions, I'll get portions. Let's build from there, something that's already established. And then
right,
same with my motivational speaking program. I have a course called the Transformation Leadership Course. It builds leadership, entrepreneurship, and character development. So when students go through this course, they'll be able to go through an intensified course with me where they have a 4 hour training session, 1 hour a day for 4 days straight, and learn how to become a speaker. So with my curriculum that I have based on my book, I'll be able to not only have to go out to these schools myself and speak, I'll be able to have people who went through my course to go teach and speak to different youth programs, different schools, different universities, because they'll be even younger than we are by the time they're adults.
right.
So I'll be able to hit all high income generating activities. I'll be able to oversee all 3 brands while still building other entrepreneurs. That's what Prime Major
Mm,
be. I'll be a super highly sought out speaker where I'm going place to place on my time, but I'm also building 25 to 50 entrepreneurs a year.
oh, I love it. I love it. That's powerful. And the last question I got before you wrap it up, I definitely want you to stay on after I end this live. Um, Give the people some principles that you live by.
Man, I got three. I got three that if you don't whoever watch this, after you hear this 45-minute convo, me and bro just had, man, like from me to you, I got three principles, and that's it. If you don't remember anything else, is stay focused.
It's number one. Remain humble is number two, and keep working is number three. You have to stay focused because there's gonna be so many distractions in this life that's going to try to distract you and discourage you from your goals, your journey. You got to remain humble because on your way up, you got to really appreciate things because what goes up must come down eventually. So you don't ever want to burn bridges. You don't ever want to treat people in a way you don't want to be treated. You don't want to treat people the way you don't want your mother to be treated, your grandmother to be treated, your father to be treated. So don't treat anyone a way you wouldn't want your own loved one not to be treated. So remain humble. And last but not least, you got to keep working. You got to stay the course long enough to win. You got to stay in the game long enough in order to win. It might take 3, 4 years, 5, 6 years, but if you really want to be successful, if you really want to be wealthy, It takes a longevity. It takes a lifetime. Jay-Z ain't done. Oprah ain't done.
Right.
Tyler Perry ain't done. Diddy ain't done. Obama ain't done. In this life, you just keep working, man, no matter what. So stay focused is number one principle. Remain humble is number two principle. The number three principle is just keep working. Keep working. Keep working.
Oh, wait, so you heard my guy. Now, they definitely got to stay connected with you, so give them the social media information.
Oh, social media is blowing up, man. So follow me. I'll follow you right back instantly so we can chop it up, whatever the case may be. On Instagram, Major Prep Lifestyle. Major Prep Lifestyle is for all consulting, all speaking, all the motivation, inspiration, education, preparation, abilities. Major Prep _ apparel, also for all Major Prep apparel on Instagram. Facebook is Bryan Majors LLC, and the websites as well is Bryan Majors LLC or MajorPrepApparel.com.
That's great. I love it. I love it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. You know, I definitely always want to bring people on that that are full of fire, you know, that have faced some adversity, and their mindset is success is the only option. You know, everything you heard about this guy, he used his father. That was a painful time. And that pain, he turned his pain into passion. You know what I'm saying? It's pushing him to greatness. So I want you to understand that you got greatness in you, but you got to tap into it every single day. You got to understand it's a process. But the process builds character. And I'm telling you right now, the person you're going to become, the world better watch out. Because success is the only option, but you got to believe in you. And like you said, you got to keep working. You got to keep working. If you keep working and you stay humble, you stay focused, what's going to happen? You're going to arrive. But at the same time, you also mentioned, look at Tyler Perry. They're still growing. So life is a constant process. It's always a new goal. And with me, I'm so excited. Yesterday was epic, but it's a new day. It's a new goal. I'm on with Bryan Majors. You can't get points today from yesterday's game. So every day you got to show up and show out. So make sure you definitely go to jblackinspires.com, grab you a Goalgetta hat, shirt. I even got the Goalgetta shoes. I even got a Goalgetta pillow. Because in your sleep, I want you to be thinking about your goals, baby.
Yes,
I want you to think about your goals. So I love and believe in you. And always remember, only person that can stop you is you. Yes. That's right, talk to him.